Good day, everyone. This is my oral presentation through audiovisual, which the topic is entitled Brain Development and Cognitive Development. Then, let's get into this. Interactionist perspective by Lev Vygotsky believes that nurture is crucial in the process of language development. Vygotsky believes that language is acquired through social interaction in the environment. Children naturally acquire a language in social contexts where they interact with their caregivers or their parents. The more words parents use, the larger a child's vocabulary will be. The critical role of social interaction and not just language exposure in general come from research subjects comparing language learning in live interactions with pre-recorded exposures played through screening devices. Children who heard a new word spoken by a speaker in a recorded video were less likely to learn the word than those who heard the same word from a face-to-face speaker, although in some cases language is learned from video. When learning from videos is directly to learning from face-to-face interactions, young children generally learn better from actual events or people present. Babies show better language learning when two or more babies are together, even when language is presented on a screen. On the other hand, according to cognitive development theory by Jean Piaget, language appears when one has the ability to represent symbols in the mind. This leads to the creation of words, which leads to language acquisition. For instance, object permanence is an important stage of cognitive development that must occur before language appears. When we say object permanence, it involves understanding that items and people still exist even when you can't see or hear them. That thus signals an important development in an infant's working memory, as it means they can now form and reattain a mental representation of an object. Psychologists Jean Piaget and Lev Vygotsky both offer unique approaches to cognitive development problems in the field of psychology. Although both Piaget and Vygotsky agree that children actively construct knowledge through the acquisition of language. Both theories provide plausible ways of how to teach certain materials, involving the way children's thought processes develop into adulthood. When used in conjunction with each other, these two theories can help children develop critical thinking skills and cognitive awareness for a holistic approach to learning. Therefore, a child's intelligence is not something that naturally occurs. Rather, it's something that you can develop through time. It means the development of children's thinking and reasoning skills. It's about how they organize their thoughts and ideas to make sense of the world they live in. Children acquire language through social interaction and its own ability to represent symbols in the mind, showing the child's intelligence. Creative, which is a child's own ability and artistic plays with others, helps children learn and develop through engaging children in problem solving without the right answer. For creative activities, the process is more important than the final product. In a nutshell, a child's intelligence comes from their experiences. Children explore and understand the environment through their senses. Young children learn best from experiences that involve more than one sense. So provide many objects to taste, see, smell, hear, feel, and play with. Cognitive development theory. Piaget's theory of cognitive development. According to Jean Piaget, the theory deals with the nature of knowledge itself and how humans gradually acquire, construct, and use it. Children's cognitive development is not only about acquiring knowledge. Children also need to build or develop mental models of the world around them. Developmental stages occur through interactions between natural abilities and environmental events, and children go through a series of stages. Every child goes through the same stages of cognitive development in life, but at different rates. He became interested in finding out why children gave wrong answers to questions that required logical thinking. He didn't want to measure children's ability to spell, count, or solve problems to check their IQs. He is more interested in discovering how basic concepts such as time, numbers, justice, and quantity arose, which he called genetic epistemology. Vygotsky's theory of cognitive development. According to Vygotsky, human development depends on social interaction and, as such, can vary between cultures. The theory emphasizes culture, language, and internalization and represents arguably the most complete, original, and coherent point of view. His sociocultural theory asserts that social interaction within the family and with knowledgeable members of the community is the primary means by which children acquire behavioral and cognitive processes relevant to their own society. It suggests that human learning is largely a social process and that our cognitive functions are formed based on our interactions with those around us who are more skilled. Therefore, in this case, adult or peer intervention is an important part of developmental process. Triarchic theory of intelligence. Robert Sternberg proposed a theory of intelligence that he named the triarchic theory of intelligence because it divided intelligence into three parts: componential intelligence, contextual component, and experiential component. Componential intelligence. Due to its analytical nature, people are often better able to see solutions that they would not normally see due to their ability to think abstractly and evaluate. Contextual component. It is a person's ability to adapt to the environment or to change the environment accordingly to best suit one's needs is known as practical intelligence. Experiential component. The ability to invent new ideas and solutions when dealing with new situations is seen as creative intelligence. Atkinson and Shiffrin Cognitive Information Processing Theory. Information processing theory is a method of cognitive development research that seeks to explain how information is encoded into memory. Essentially, both use this model to show that human memory can be broken down into three different memory stores: sensory memory, short-term memory, and long-term memory. Sensory memory information enters the human information processing system through various channels related to the different senses. Short-term memory, the information in question reaches another temporary storage area called short-term or working memory. Long-term memory, it's a relatively permanent repository in which you can keep information even if you no longer pay attention to it. That's all for my audiovisual presentation. Thanks for watching.